I've caught myself more times than I'd like to admit, giving someone the benefit of the doubt and excusing their actions in the hopes that if I stay kind, they'll change. But the question is, how long do you wait for change that never comes? Hello and welcome to With Samar Naim, where I understand and respect that every journey and experience is unique, but we can always find some common ground to start with. And I don't have it all figured out, but let's figure this out together. Today, I want to talk about the danger of overextending your kindness, especially when the other person's actions aren't matching your hope for change. Keep watching because we are talking about why we excuse mistreatment and, more importantly, how to stop it. They're just having a bad day, or maybe I'm overreacting. Can you relate to this? See, a lot of times we justify other people's behavior and mistreatment because we're trying to make it easier for ourselves. And there are a few reasons behind this that I'll share with you in a minute. But as we all know, actions speak louder than words, especially repeated actions. If someone's behavior is consistently harmful and you keep on excusing it, I have news for you. You're not giving them another chance to change. You're giving them an extended permission to hurt you. The hard truth is, you are enabling their behavior. Let that sink in. Deep down, you know their actions aren't okay. I know you know. But at what point do you need to stop and ask yourself, is this doing me more harm than good? It's not that you're naive. You're probably more resilient than many. But when the mistreatment gets worse, it's easy to feel confused or even helpless, wondering why aren't they changing despite your goodness? This is when you need to stop and recognize that if someone isn't willing to change despite your kindness, it's not your fault. It's their choice. But why do we keep excusing people who mistreat us? Let me break down 4 reasons for you. An obvious one relates to avoidance. Sometimes we try to avoid conflict or discomfort or even confrontation because it gives us a sense of emotional safety. Actually, a false sense of emotional safety. Another reason might be our genuine hope that if we stay kind and show understanding, eventually all these signals will make sense to them and they'll change. We hope they get to this hallelujah moment that frees them from their own hurtful or unkind behavior. But I don't think that's the case. It's more the exception. Power dynamics play a big role too. When the person mistreating you has power, whether it is your boss, your partner, or someone you rely on, you might feel like you have no choice but to excuse their behavior. You might fear that if you stand up for yourself, you will lose. You will lose the relationship, the job, or something else you deeply value. This brings me to the 4th reason. Sometimes it's all about boundaries. We allow the mistreatment because we either don't know how to set boundaries or we fear that if we do, the relationship might all fall apart, or that we'll face consequences that seem worse than the mistreatment itself. But here's another perspective for you. When you make excuses, you're not just avoiding the truth, you're allowing the other person to continue their behavior, maybe even intensify it without any kind of accountability. And over time, this can make your self-worth suffer. You might start questioning yourself and even wondering, maybe I deserve this behavior. Oh, that's a dangerous place to be. Trust me. Before we get into some practical action steps, if you're finding this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Are you tired of making excuses for people who continue to mistreat you? I'll walk you through 4 steps that can help you stop making unnecessary excuses for those people. Number 1, watch yourself. Pay close attention to when you are allowing the mistreatment. Note what happened, write it down, list and describe the specifics to yourself. This will help you really see the patterns and dynamics. And the more you bring awareness to it, the more you'll drive yourself to evaluate and take action. So watch yourself. Number 2, be honest with yourself. If someone else did the same thing, would you tolerate it? Ask yourself this question. Remember how you felt when it happened, those emotions, those thoughts. Then ask yourself again, is this how I want to be treated? Sometimes the most loving thing we can do is to simply be honest with ourselves. Number 3, decide and set boundaries. Decide on what behavior is no longer acceptable to you. It's very important that you make this decision first, because only after you make it can you truly move to defining and communicating boundaries clearly and confidently. Now, here's something to keep in mind. People who mistreat you might act surprised, especially when you call them out. And that's partly because you're addressing a normalized behavior that you've supposedly accepted before. That's why it's so important to be mindful of your language when you bring it up. Use clear, objective words and avoid emotional language, because they might twist things and make it all about your feelings instead of their actions. If you say something like, I feel like every time I do this, you don't like it and you act this way. Their response might sound like this. Well, that's what you feel. That's not what I said or what I meant. I think the problem is in you, not me, so you need to work on that. I know I might have oversimplified this example, but you see where I'm going with this. So be ready, be clear, be respectful, and stand your ground. Number 4, observe. After setting and communicating your boundaries, take the time to observe. Are they genuinely trying to change? If they're trying, that's a positive sign. But don't be fooled by one-time efforts. Consistency is key. Now, if they ignore your boundaries altogether, then that is a red flag. Honestly, it might be time for you to change how you deal with them. Reevaluate your approach and let your actions speak louder than your words. Sometimes you might even need to seek support from others, whether it's HR at work or some trusted people in your life who can help. And in some cases, I've also seen people who chose to just walk away completely. That's one way out, isn't it? Let me leave you with this. Remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-care. Trust me, protecting your well-being is worth much, much more than that relationship. Evaluate, decide, and take action. Let me know in the comments if you've been in a similar situation and how you handled it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video if this message resonated with you. And always remember, you've got this. See you in the next one. Ciao.